Hey guys, I don't know if you've been following the news, but it's about a Titan tragedy, and it's funny because the day before that news story was running in the mainstream, I was talking about pressure, when you go deep into the ocean, it has consequences on the physics of bodies, you know. And the same concept applies to going into space, right? And that is what people often forget. That you can't just take your body into space like unlimited. The way it's portrayed, the way NASA portrays it. Some of us know that NASA is faking those missions. But I just wanted to say, coincidence that they released this now or not? That's your choice. I mean, I know that there was a lot of predictive programming running, considering this, how everything went down with the Titanic, how everything went down now in the mainstream media. And again, this stuff is just here to distract the people. Nobody knows, nobody can prove if this really happened, what's really going on. Do I doubt that some rich people are interested in going to that shipwreck, if it even exists? Who knows? Maybe not, maybe it's all real. But again, what is this doing? Like, all week long they were talking about this, and they keep feeding the people with those tragic and horrific ideas again, and giving psychological input to the people, right? That is on the side of fear again, death, and mystery also, right? But to me, it's also a way of showing the people the truth, right? Because I'm talking also about pressure here, that nothing is without pressure in this existence. That's how physics work. And they tell you the truth in the media, right? Right now with the story. If you go deep enough, something like a metal construction will implode, will be crushed by the pressure of the water. So with your body, and I showed you that the bones crush at a certain depth. But yet, I mean, you would have to go even deeper than the deepest ocean is for bones to be crushed. But before that, your flesh will squeeze and you will not be able to breathe and all that kind of stuff, right? So the same concept applies to going into space, going into high altitudes. And this is the main reason why nobody has ever walked on the moon, and no man will ever walk on the moon as long as he has to carry his own body there, okay? If you, for example, say, could we place a robot on top of the moon? Maybe that's possible, right? That could be something that is actually possible. But the whole man on the moon thing is a lie, and I hope that's clear if you are following my channel, if you're new, or if you're following for a longer time. There are some older videos about how they film space missions in underwater tanks, and I don't know if you know, but James Cameron was one of the guys who showed up in the mainstream media. James Cameron is a movie director, right? And he showed up in combination with this Titan story. So he was also one of the guys who was for producing movies, and producing this kind of weightlessness effect that, for example, is used in Avatar and other movies. He was one of the physicians, because he is also a physician, besides being a director, who was investigating and doing research on how to make weightlessness look more realistic. Okay, so you have this whole aspect about this guy who is a physician who is working to create this illusion of being weightless and putting the information into a movie. And then again, they show you that something is supposed to happen in real life, considering the Titanic and the shipwreck and the whole story around this. And he is the guy that shows up in the media explaining things. Okay, so when have we seen him last time? Is like for ages, right? This guy never shows up on TV, I believe. I mean, not so much. And German TV, not at all. And American TV, I don't know. But it just shows the connections again, right? And how they kind of play with the masses' mind. That sometimes I wonder, I mean, there are people that study physics, right, that have studied physics in university, and they know all about it, or should know all about it. I don't know how they got through university, how they got their master's degree even, how they got even into a good, well-paying job, yet they can't put one and one together and see that the space missions are fake based on actual science, and the same science that they all learn, right? It's really basic, fundamental science at play. Yet, if you told them they lied about the moon missions, they're gonna come with all kinds of scientific explanations. You know, it's funny. But again, it is easy to convince someone of a lie. It is much harder to re-convince somebody or to tell someone that it's a lie, and to make someone who already believes in a lie, make him believe that it's not true. And that's what we are dealing with. And if you are here, try to tell people, keep exposing, tell people the truth. If they don't listen, just walk away. Don't engage too much in arguments or this kind of tiring conversations. If you realize someone is interested genuinely, you can obviously keep on, but we should not waste our energies. Just like Jesus said, don't throw your pearls to pigs. If there are people that just can't step out of their own way, trying to understand a different perspective, and then through that might actually come closer to the truth, then it's not your responsibility in the end. In the end, each of us has his or her own responsibility how we answer to life. Do we ask for truth, or do we want to keep on believing in lies? Okay. And again, it's just funny that like right around the same time I was talking about this, and then they released this news story, and it's based upon the same physical facts, and it just reproves my point. And if you, for example, had any doubts or you couldn't follow anything, they just told you that if you go deep enough, even a metal construction will crush, and it's because of densities, it's because of pressure. Okay, those two things.